Today I am going to give you guys a story time, and I'm gonna give you the first day, my first day at Walmart. So they put me in the dairy department, and it was technically I was a frozen dairy associate. First day on the floor, two employees. It was two Walmart employees that were with me who were significantly older than me, and one, ugh, I can only name him Snitchy McGee. All right, Snitchy McGee. All right, if you remember Randolph from Recess, might as well be his twin, but dark skin. All right, so and the other one, we'll name her Big Mom because she was such a sweet old lady. They tell me, okay, you have to stock the cheese. Now, this is my first time. This is my first time working in grocery retail. I always did like dry goods and stuff like that, but I never did grocery retail. So I'm doing the cheeses. It's huge. It's a lot of cheese that's there. All right. So they tell me, okay, you have to stock the cheese. So first day, I'm starting over there, and boom, I'm loading the cheeses, and I wanted. This is like it couldn't have been more than 15, 20 minutes. I'm not really sure. So Big Mom comes up to me and she's like, your speed. You got, they're complaining about your speed. You have to work on your speed. So no supervisor has come over. No like team lead or has come over and said, hey, you're kind of slow doing the cheese. The only people that are in dairy are myself, Big Mama, and Snitchy McGee. So I'm like, okay, well, this is my first time doing this, so I'm gonna try it, go a little faster. When I first got over into the area, Snitchy McGee was scoffing the entire time. I mean, scoffing. It's like, oh, I don't know why they put you over here. You should be in, I think it was like TLE or something like that. So he wanted me to do whatever it is, whatever else that was, rather than me stocking grocery. So you should be in TLE. And I mean, he pushed this idea. He pushed this idea so freaking bad. I mean, he had other people coming up like, why aren't you in TLE? Why aren't you in TLE? He was literally, and it was like, I can see if it was like all the employees that came up to me, it's like, you should be in TLE. But no, it was magically only the people he talked to. He would be in a group of people, and then all of a sudden, they will come up to me and be like, why aren't you in TLE? I didn't even know what TLE was. I was new to Walmart. Never worked at Walmart. This is my first time working at Walmart. So I'm back to stocking the cheese, and Big Mom comes over again. It's like, okay, you gotta do your speed now. You gotta do your speed. Why aren't you in TLE? Come on. It's too much cheese out here. And next thing I know, supervisor come over, and like I said, now it makes sense. Okay, supervisor come over and was like, all right, well, so are you having a problem? You good? This, that, and the other. I'm like, I'm learning. It's like, okay, all right, that's cool. So the days going by. So I finished with the cheese. It's not even the first break yet. Snitchy McGee comes over and he says, okay, well, now that you're done with the cheese, you have to go and do the cooler stuff. There's a pallet of like juices and stuff like that in the cooler. So I'm like, okay, well, cool. So I get a cart and I start bringing like this stuff. I start putting like the boxes in the cart, and I'm going out to the front. Now I had no clue about what rotation was at the time. Like I said, I never worked in grocery. Go out there, I get the juices, and I go to the front and I'm stocking them. So I'm stocking these juices. Now, instead of coming over to me and be like, yo, bro, you can't stock these juices like this. You gotta stock the juices from the back. Like instead of Snitchy McGee coming over to me and saying that, a supervisor comes over. And the supervisor was not in the area. I can see if the supervisor was in the area. He's like, how are you doing this wrong? But no. I call him Snitchy McGee for a reason. So this dude goes and get the supervisor Supervisor come over and he's like, yo, you can't stock like this. You have to stock in the cooler. Fine, fine, okay. I'm gonna go in the cooler. I'm gonna go in the cooler. So I goes in the cooler. When I tell you there is no labels whatsoever, it's like nothing. You can't see, there's nothing in there. So I have no idea what is anything. I have no clue what anything goes, where anything goes. Bruh, like, come on, bro. Like, seriously, bro. I was like, okay, stock from in here, bruh. But you don't know where anything goes, bruh. So, like I said, this is my first day working, and it was cool in that cooler, okay, bruh. So I'm in the cooler, and it's like, all right, well, I don't know where anything is. So the only thing I can think of is, why aren't you in TLE? Keep going in and out of the cooler. If I don't know where something is, I go outside of the cooler, read the tag, and then go back into the cooler. I'll put like something there as like a marker, bruh. So I was like, oh, well, this is smart, right? This is smart. Well, I can't really give you guys the content that I want to give, or I can't really do the stuff that I want to give because I just got a lot to do. Bruh. Back to the cooler part. So I go in there, I'm voting stuff. Bam. Coming in, I go out the cooler, see where I can see what's empty. Okay, go back in the cooler, bam, I'll load that up. And I'm keep doing this. And finally, Snitchy McGee comes in there, and he was like, man, you're not done with this stuff yet? This is my first day. No, I am not done with this stuff yet. Bruh, why aren't you in TLE? And it's like, okay, well, you kind of got to hurry up because you kind of got to get back on the floor. We broke some more stuff down. Well, you're going to have to pause that and come out here and put up your cheeses. There's more cheese, bruh. Like, come on. I go out there. I stop what I'm doing. Okay? I go out there and I start putting away more cheese. But this time, I'm like, oh no, they're not going to sit there and tell me. And then it's like, hey, did you take your break? No, I ain't take my break. Oh, well, go take your break. What? Okay, I'm gonna take my break. So now I'm back stocking the cheese. At this time, I have that much cheese. So I'm just like, listen, I'm about to work this cheese so freaking quick because I don't want to hear it. And I get tired of these people coming up to me like, oh man, you should be in TLE. Why aren't you in TLE? You should be in TLE. I don't understand why they didn't put you in TLE. Dude, just leave it. Just leave it. Snitchy McGee's friends, just leave it. I finished the cheese up probably like 15 minutes. Bam. So now I'll go back to the cooler. This is my first day. Putting up the juices. Bam, putting up the juices. All right. I filled the milks. All right. Then you got the eggs you got to come out and do. All these other things that I didn't know. Of course I didn't know. And then you got eggs that was like in a cooler that you had to do. Had the eggs. It was so much stuff. So after I get done, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm done with all this. Like this, like I can't put any more stuff anywhere else. So Snitchy McGee comes in and he sees that I'm done with all this stuff. He goes and gets a supervisor. You know you have to tag all this stuff and inventory it, right? Now, instead of this man just coming up to me and says, hey bro, you have to tag all this stuff and inventory it. He goes get the supervisor. Why? I was like, why? And it's like, it was an on-fun thing with this man every time. All right, and when I worked with him, it was terrible, okay? And it was like, I got so good at that place that they actually let me pick the people I work with. And he was never on my list, ever, okay? So, okay, well, how do I do that? I turn around, the supervisor ain't there, bruh. Abracadabra, show me what I'm supposed to do. How do I inventory this stuff? Oh, okay, well, you got to get this printer, and you got this tail down, and this sticker goes in this corner, this, that, and the other. You have to put the quantity on the box, this, that, and the other. So, I'm like, cool. All right, so now, I'm in the cooler. I'm doing my thing, right? I'm scanning. I'm printing, I'm doing it. All this. They taught me the buttons. I'm doing it. But there's a but. Okay? So now I'm putting all this stuff on the shelf, right? So I put all this stuff on the shelf. Bam. So Snitchy McGee comes in there. He's like, oh, you done with all that? He's done with all that. You know what he does? Guess. Just guess. He went and got the supervisor. Hey, we have like overflow fields for these juices. You do not have to inventory these juices. Help. I have to fill these bunkers. That's what they call them. They call them bunkers. So I had to fill the bunkers with the spare juices. So I take all the juices that I just inventoried. All right, and then it was like, no. You can't just take those off the shelf. You have to scan them off the shelf so they will be out of the system as inventoried. So I'm standing there. Now this time the supervisor actually stayed there and helped me. I was like, okay. Scan this, bam, and then scan it, beep, 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 beep. Do all that. I put all the juices on the cart, and I go out there and I fill the bunkers. Cool. Everything is going good. And then I'm like, what the heck is the people I was working with? Where's Snitchy McGee, and where's Big Mama? After I filled the bunkers, I had to put all the stuff back. So if it was overstock or inventory, as the managers call it, because they didn't call anything overstock, they said there's no such thing as overstock. They branded that in my head. Yeah. So whatever was inventory, I had to put back on the shelf. So I had to rewrite the counts, redo the stickers, and rescan it on the shelf. And about time I got out of there, it was about 8 o'clock. This is my first day. And technically, I was supposed to be off at 7. I had to catch the bus home. Okay, the bus ran like every hour. And then everything else was pretty smooth sailing. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. It's like Walmart was pretty freaking fun. And it's like I actually enjoyed working there. But I don't know if I enjoyed working there necessarily or I enjoyed the people more. But Snitchy McGee, man. This is what I want you guys to do. If you want more story times, then comment it. Like it, share it. Like, tell your friends to watch it. All that other stuff. If you think it was funny, whatever. I mean, hey, it's funny, it's funny. It's not funny, it's not funny. Whatever you think, fine. You like it? Thumbs up. You don't like it? Thumbs down. I don't care. Interaction. People interaction.